And now, a word from today's sponsor.
40th and 4 weekend, April 24th. Lambda Chi Alpha alums will be gathering to reunite and celebrate the 40th anniversary of Phi-Rho Zeta. Get your tickets today at ΦΡ99.com. Join alumni, chapter members, Tarleton and Lambda Chi distinguished guests at beautiful La Bella Luna in Granbury, Texas. The menu offers a pasta bar, including grilled chicken with creamy Alfredo and a cash bar service for the evening. Then, on Saturday, April 25th, it's the annual Levi Jones Memorial Golf Tournament at Squaw Valley. The benefit auction is packed with autographed sports memorabilia like signed jerseys from Roger Staubach and C.D. Lamb, a signed picture of Robin Ventura's ill-fated trip to meet Nolan Ryan on the mound, a Lambda Chi Alpha handmade leather driver head cover, and more. Get your tickets and additional information today at ΦΡ99.com. And don't miss the 40th and 4 weekend. Now to your Chops on Top podcast. The legend of Damon Albus and 5D hat and leather. So, why don't you just start off, kind of tell us a little bit about yourself, your family, your business?
I was not there in the beginning. I'm not that old. All you old farts, y'all were there in the beginning. I was not because I'm not near that old. I come along shortly thereafter, but I'm not near as old as y'all.
I appreciate it. That's the third time you've said that in 30 seconds. So,
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
I just wanted that to be
gray
known.
in this, and you don't.
Born and raised in Abilene, Texas. Had the normal childhood growing up, did sports in high school and what have you, all growing up. I actually went to Tarleton and rodeo while I was there. I wasn't the typical fraternity guy. I probably didn't have to do near as much as most of the others because I was a double legacy with both brothers there before me. But I do think it's awfully cool that my oldest brother is number one, middle brother is 33, and then they got all of us in the top 100. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
So you're saying that your parents were good at planning and execution. Is that?
No. I'm saying they were awfully naive between Darren and Dennis. They wanted Darren. They really wanted Darren. There's no doubt about that. He is the favorite and the most, he's the chosen child. Okay. And then they lacked 6 days actually being one full year apart. Wow. So for 6 days, they're the same age. And then I rolled along there and I was the accident. I was kind of the, you're what? Accident. So they wanted Darren. Dennis just showed up, and then I was the accident. The name of my business is 5D Custom Hats and Leather. So the 5D actually came from my immediate family. My father, Dwight, my mother, Donna, and then Darren, Dennis, and Damon. Okay, so fast forward, me and my beautiful wife, which is a Donna also. My mother is Donna Maria, and my wife is Donna Marie. And so there go. Then we had a Delaney, Dally, and Dash. So we had the 5Ds again with my immediate family. So that's how it worked into the 5Ds again. That was our old cattle brand, and everything growing up was 5D.
So when did you graduate?
Graduated high school in 87, started Tarleton in 87. They offered me a piece of paper to leave if I promised I was the last Albus. And I said, yes, I'm the last one of this bunch. So they gave me a piece of paper to leave in 91.
What kind of changes do you notice about the university and just, the college activities in Phi-Rho?
So when I started, boy, it was a pretty good party. It was a heck of a party, and just in my time frame, really from that '89 time frame, they really started trying to phase out a lot of the drinking drowns, the binges and stuff like that, and really made them more of a social uh, climate for the parties and the gatherings and the get-togethers and what have you. And that was fine. Um, and to be honest, the actives these days, boy, it was quite a bit different back in the day.
Yeah.
Quite a bit different. And I'm fully not versed on exactly what all they do and how they do these days, but I know what we went through, and I'm glad there wasn't cell phones when I was growing up. I'm glad that there was a lot of things like that, because there was some stuff that might land you in jail these days instead of just meeting with a dean.
That's true. I mean, and you think about our times. I mean, I graduated a year after you came. I don't know if we had as much time. I mean, we went to the practice pen after class, and then we'd go eat. I was a Bender Hall kid, and we'd drag out the hay roping dummy,
Sure.
in front, and then I'll then study a little bit. It's time to go to bed and do everything the next day. And somebody asked me the other day, said, "Hey, Waller, what was tailgate like back when you were in?" We would actually back our trucks up to the football field fence, and we'd have some sandwiches and some, Cokes in the cooler, and we would sit on the tailgate, eat a sandwich, and then go in sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It was they were like, "Oh, wow." I was like, but we had a great time. We didn't know any better, right, Damon?
Sure. And one thing that I can truly appreciate back, and you said Bender, and I was a Ferguson guy, and stuff that they don't do now. And I know this because when my daughter went to Tarleton, I thought it was horrible that you were living in a mop closet with another guy and community bathrooms. All right. Well, everyone kept their door open. And you'd walk down the hallway and someone would holler, "Hey, where are you going?" "Well, I'm going to Sonic, or I'm going to Proctor, or I'm going wherever." And by the time you got to the end of the hallway, your vehicle was full.
Yeah.
"Hey, hold on a minute. I'm coming. I'm going with you. Hold on." You know? And that got you to know a lot more people a lot better. And I tell young people these days, I don't care if they're having a flag raising, a pancake breakfast, a meeting, a show, anything. Go and meet the guy to your right and meet the guy to your left, because you don't know who they are. They don't know who they are right now, but at some point in time, you're standing next to a judge, a lawyer, an accountant, you know, any type of person or occupation that you're going to need. You're going to be next to a doctor, a chiropractor, anything, and you don't know that right then, but you will later, and you're going to use that later.
Yeah.
You're going to want them in your, as we used to say, our Rolodex. Well, now you're going to have them in your phone, that you're going to call that person, and you're going to need something, want something, even if just advice, or, "Hey, I'm rolling through town and I just had a flat tire. Where do I need to go? Can you come get me?"
Yeah.
Because you never know. There is a bunch of life after you get out of school.
I know I've called Brother Brent Walker before for advice or help, and Wes Manus lives here next to me, and
Mm-hmm.
he helped my son get all of his stuff together for his business. And I mean, as a lawyer, and just, I mean, so I definitely agree with that. So, is there anybody back in your generation that really kind of shaped your Lambda Chi Alpha experience?
I had quite a few, to be honest. Uh, First one that pops into my head is Brother Brown.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about not just a awesome brother, but a phenomenal person that you would strive to walk in his footsteps. And you didn't meet anybody that had anything negative to say about the man. Uh, and by George, if you can go through life like that, man, you've done something right. You have done something right and admirable. Look up to it. It's phenomenal. What a great man.
Yeah.
Rob Wolver, right behind him.
Yeah.
My big brother Cody Doty, I thought he was the bomb, boy. I thought Cody was it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. No, he looked good and had
Oh
that
yeah.
good hair, and oh man, he was he was cool. Cooler
He
than
was.
cool.
He was it. Robert Dwayne Dakota Doty. There was guys in my class. Micah Costa, man, he was cool. Way cool. Joel Marios. Those guys were really, really cool.
Yeah.
Good
Well,
people.
I tell you, your older brother, one day I was over there at his dorm and he says, "Okay, Waller, uh, meet me back here in an hour. We're gonna go run some errands." I was like, "Okay." So meet him back in an hour. We went to the radio station. "Hey, it's Will Waller. He's gonna be the new high beta. Get ready for chili cook off." And then we went somewhere else and we went to Chamber Cut. Went all around. I was like, yeah, not only did I enjoy it, but I was like, I need to be ready to do that kind of stuff. Any funny stories that you can share on
Oh,
video, or do you want to pass on that?
always be properly attired at initiation.
That is a good one. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I learned that one the hard way. And there, like I say, there's so many things that we did and we got away with that they can't these days. To pick one thing is pretty tough. One thing that I do reflect on though, I hope I'm a little bit better alumni than I am an active because when I was an active, I didn't fully engulf myself or didn't fully realize what was right there at hand that I should have been uh, participating more, being more active into. Uh, a lot of missed opportunities. I realized later on, man, there were some really cool guys there. Um, and like I say, I've got a lot closer to people since
Right.
school when we got life and jobs and wives and families and everything else interference in the way where back then
Right.
I didn't have when I could have been building those bonds and just thought other things were more important.
And to that extent, I would encourage every undergraduate brother that's listening to you to take away the message of go meet the other brothers that don't act and have the same background as you, because you never know what that bond is going to turn.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, I got to brag on you a little bit because one of my big influences was you.
Oh,
Um,
come on.
our
You
first
set the bar pretty low on that one.
Ben's, but uh, back at our first golf tournament that I think Darren and you and Dennis put together, we were over at Darren's house and you pulled out your wallet for something. I said, "Oh man, I like that." And you handed it to me and I looked at it and I was like, "Oh man, I'd love to have one like this." Next thing I know, you're peeling out your credit cards and your money and you said, "Here you go." Well, I still have it. I thought of you every time I used this. I carried it for 20 something years until it had just, fallen apart.
Right.
So I appreciate you. And then, you progressed on and you make some great hats there in Abilene and leather. And I want to show everybody that comes to the golf tournament this year, custom golf head cover from 5D custom hats and leather. And I mean, it's just great. And the shirts that you embroider and the hats, you've really developed a great business there and, great artist. And you and Donna run a tight ship. So appreciate you, brother. I was in the store one time. He had a little note card, little 3M sticky notes, and he would write down different things on it. And you told me that he would take those and turn them into country hit songs.
He's a songwriter. And, you know, I could throw his name out there and people were like, oh, who is that? I have no idea. Well, you know him. Trust me, he one of George Strait's #1 songwriters. And so he's walking around. He's got these little notes in his pocket. And I'm sitting over here on the other side of the room and I'm creasing a hat for his wife. And so I look over there and I'm watching him. And he's pulled out these, and he's scratching a note. He'd take it and put it back in his pocket. And he'd walk around a little bit and he'd take a little, scratch it and stick it in his pocket. So I knew what he was doing, but I asked his wife, I said, hey, what the heck is he doing over there? She said, oh my gosh, you can't go nowhere in my bedroom, my bathroom, on the dining room table, on the coffee table, everywhere. There's notes in the mirror in the bathroom. Said, you can't say nothing around that man. It might wind up in a song. And she leaned over and she said, hey, you got that latest CD you made? Oh, yeah. Go get me one. So he shuffles out to the pickup and he comes back and he takes his CD and throws it down. And she reaches over and she kind of put her hand on top of it. And she said, we were sitting around the house one day and she said, you know, I can't wait till the day that I can just walk around the house barefoot and braless and not have to be going nowhere. And she reached over and she took that CD and she flipped it over. And there it is, #7, barefoot and braless. He wrote Tennessee Whiskey. Okay. And there's a documentary out right now, and it's Tennessee Whiskey, and it's his story. And it's a phenomenal documentary. I love knowing the background and the stories behind a lot of these songs, and he goes into it.
Well, hey, two final things. One, we got a lot of sports fans among our 823.
Is that where we're at now? 823?
823.
Wow.
We got a lot of sports fans, so maybe you might talk about the Albus that they might see on TV, and then maybe finish off with a couple thoughts on what Lambda Chi Alpha has meant to you, and then we'll wrap this one up.
I got a son that is extremely talented and very blessed that he got drafted by the Kansas City Royals in 24. And so he's working his way up through the minors, through the farm leagues, what have you. Right now, he's currently in Surprise, Arizona at spring training. He's just working his way up. Hopefully he can make it to the big leagues, and it's got to be in the genetics. Okay. So that just proof positive that I'm pretty good breed stock. Make enough money, he can pay me back for all the tournaments and miles and everything that we've gone to and did through all the years.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And I think it's funny, and I tell the younger dads with the younger kids, you don't have to go to all those tournaments. You don't have to go to all those. So many of them are money grabs. If the kid's good, they're going to find him. And we went Georgia, Arizona, Oklahoma, Florida. We went all over going to all these big time tournaments where he was going to get found and all. And really, if you look back at it now, they're really for naught because none of those really panned out. But the thing that I will not take away from, they can't take from me, is the hours we put in that front seat, me, him and his mom, me, him and the family, the time we spent together doing that. And that's, to me, that's just phenomenal, awesome time that I've got to spend with my kid that a lot of folks don't take time to do. And so, yeah, it's paid off for my boy.
No, that's good. Yeah. And then maybe finish this off with kind of what Lambda Calf has meant to you.
I've got two brothers. I don't have to have any more, but I wound up with a bunch more. And there might be some that I prefer more than my true blood brothers.
Depending on the day, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, absolutely. But the fraternity is a group of men coming together, forming another family, a brotherhood that, once again, as I said before, will mean a lot more later in life than it probably does now. And there's some of them that are just fully engulfed in it and eating every bit of the brotherhood up. Fella, you ain't got a clue what it's going to mean later on in life.
There you go.
The older you get, the more you appreciate everything that you started there. You're just planting the tree there, just wait for that bad boy to grow up.
I love it. Hey, Damon, thank you for joining us today. I know a lot of people that dial in are going to just enjoy the heck out of seeing you, hearing your stories. And, I'm proud of you and appreciate you joining this edition of Chops Talk. And we'll see everybody on the next turn.
Brother
Chops on
Walter,
top.
hey, I appreciate you having me on. And I don't know if I mentioned it earlier or not, but boy, you're looking a little gray.
Yeah, I know. I think
Maybe the age.
we're breaking up. I think. All right, brother.
All right, love you, man.